In the dense, shadowed heart of the jungle, a spectacle more grotesque than majestic emerges a tiger, the very image of primal strength and elegance, now marred by a sickening hive of deformity clinging to its flanks like a grotesque infestation. This is no ordinary wound. It is a sprawling honeycomb-like protrusion, pulsating with life and decay, a hive where a swarm of bees has taken residence. The creature's golden fur, normally a seamless cloak of lethal prowess, is interrupted by this festering cluster of cells, darkened with grime and secretions, a revolting testament to an unholy parasitic alliance. The tiger does not roar with dominance today. It whimpers in unrelenting discomfort, its breathing shallow, its muscles twitching with irritation and pain. This hive is both wound and home, a living nightmare of insects burrowed deep, siphoning energy and freedom out of one of nature's apex predators. Bee infestation in wild mammals, particularly a beast as formidable as a tiger, is a rare but unforgiving phenomenon. Unlike the controlled environments where bees build their hives with immaculate precision and order, here, nature's brutal improvisation has taken a darker turn. These bees have exploited an unnoticed injury, a torn patch of skin in a dimly lit barn where the shadows dance across the hay-strewn floor. Lies an equine soul trapped in a nightmare. With each deliberate step, you hear a strange, unsettling sound, an unsettling mix of buzzing and muffled whimpers. As the camera zooms in, it reveals the source of the abominable cacophony: a horse, a once majestic creature, now marred by the ghastly result of a beehive infestation. This flank is a tapestry of horror, a gaping raw wound, festering under the onslaught of thousands of angry insects. This unsettling image pulls you into the dark side of nature, where beauty meets brutality in a collision that is both repulsive and fascinating. The horse stands there, a monument to suffering, as the buzzing swarm of bees dances around it like a malevolent symphony. Each bee, a tiny but ruthless predator, is driven by instinct, seeking to protect their hive at all costs. As they invade this unsuspecting creature, they terraform the horse into a living battleground, a scene that would make even the strongest stomach turn. What prompts this horrific calamity? The answer lies in the delicate and often violent interplay of nature's processes. Bees are complex creatures, known for their vital role in pollinating plants, but when territorial instincts dictate their actions, their behavior turns sinister. The hive, tucked away in a hollow tree or abandoned shed, can quickly become a den of chaos when disturbed. A mere breeze or an unwelcome hoofstep can send the entire colony into a frenzy, their fangs and stingers ready for war. In this case, our unfortunate equine friend unwittingly intruded upon their space, becoming one of nature's most grotesque victims. As the bees infiltrate the open wound, they find a feast of rich, red tissue, an irresistible allure for their hungry instincts. They burrow and sting, injecting venom that causes excruciating pain, swelling, and an ever beneath the dense canopy of the jungle, where shadows weave through the undergrowth and the air hums with unseen life, there lies a spectacle so grotesque it freezes the blood. A mighty tiger, once a symbol of raw, untamed power, now marred by an Irish affliction. Along its flank, a terrible hive festers, a twisted monument of wax and stinging menace, where thousands of angry bees cling and crawl, their venomous dance a dark symphony of pain and decay. The skin surrounding this grotesque hive is raw, swollen, and cracked, revealing wounds that pulse with infection and burn with the relentless sting of hundreds of tiny assailants. This is no ordinary injury. It's a full-scale invasion, an infestation by a swarm of bees that have taken refuge on the tiger's body, transforming its flesh into a living hive, a grotesque amalgamation of predator and parasite. Bees, nature's industrious architects, have betrayed their usual roles as docile nectar gatherers, exploiting the tiger's compromised state. The hive has grown with alarming rapidity, layers upon layers of waxen honeycomb glued to the tiger's skin, a suffocating crust that weighs down the majestic beast and drives it into weakening agony. Bee infestation on a tiger is a complex and grim phenomenon. These social insects, driven by colony survival, seek shelter and opportunity wherever weakness appears. The tiger's open wounds secrete blood and odors that stir the bees into. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways gently in the breeze, and the sun casts a warm glow over the land, a chilling scene unfolds. A white lion, a rare and majestic creature, lies motionless beneath the shade of an acacia tree. But this is no ordinary sight. The lion's once proud mane is matted and stained, and a horrific wound festers on its flank, the source of this grotesque injury. A hive of bees, their relentless buzzing a sinister soundtrack to the lion's suffering. As we draw closer, the reality of the situation becomes painfully clear. This magnificent beast, a symbol of strength and beauty, is now a victim of nature's darker side. The wound is a gaping, raw cavity surrounded by angry, swollen flesh. It is a gruesome testament to the power of a bee infestation, a phenomenon that can turn even the mightiest of predators into a mere shadow of their former selves. The bees, drawn to the lion's scent and the warmth of its body, have established a hive within the wound, creating a grotesque symbiosis that is both fascinating and horrifying. The lion's body, once a fortress of muscle and sinew, has become a breeding ground for these tiny yet formidable creatures. The buzzing swarm is a cacophony of life, a stark contrast to the stillness of the lion's form. As we delve deeper into the biology of this infestation, we uncover the chilling details of how such a scenario can unfold. Bees, particularly those of the Africanized variety, are known for their aggressive behavior and relentless pursuit of perceived threats. In their quest for survival, they can invade the territory of larger animals, seeking out warm, moist areas to establish their colonies. The lion, with its thick fur and warm body, becomes an unsuspecting host, a living canvas for the bees to exploit. The wound, likely the result of a previous encounter with another predator or a harsh environment, provides the perfect entry point for the bees to infiltrate. Inside the wound, the bees thrive, feeding on the lion's blood and tissue. Their presence exacerbates the injury, causing severe inflammation and pain. The lion, once the apex predator of its domain, is now reduced to a state of vulnerability